This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute professional medical advice. Please consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare specialist before starting any new vitamins or supplements mentioned in this video. Use of this information is at your own risk. Your healthy breakfast is a ticking time bomb for your independence. If you are over 60, these 5 innocent fruits are systematically dissolving your leg muscles from the inside out. Stop eating them now or prepare to trade your walking shoes for a wheelchair. The final fruit on this list is a mistake you're likely making every single morning. Your healthy lifestyle is a meticulously crafted lie, a silent assassin hiding in plain sight within the comfort of your own kitchen. If you are over the age of 60, the very fruits you have been told to eat for vitality and longevity are secretly liquefying your muscle fibers and turning your once reliable legs into pillars of fragile glass. This is not just a nutritional warning. It is a terrifying reality that one wrong bite today could be the final catalyst that sends you into a wheelchair tomorrow, stripping away your dignity and your independence forever. The betrayal is deep, the science is cold, and the consequences of ignoring this warning are absolute and irreversible. Your fruit bowl, once a symbol of health, has become a biological landmine waiting to detonate. Before we peel back the layers of this devastating biological deception, please subscribe to our channel and join our community of truth seekers. Your support gives us the strength to keep uncovering these hidden, life-saving secrets for you. Welcome to ElderFit Nutrition. It's a pleasure to have you with us today as we embark on a journey that will forever change how you look at your grocery list and how you protect your future. For decades, we have been conditioned to believe that nature is always kind and that fruit is an undisputed universal symbol of health. But for the senior body, nature has a much darker, more selective side. As you cross the threshold of 60, your biological margin for error disappears. Your muscles, which were once hungry for growth and resilient to stress, become stubbornly resistant to maintenance. They enter a state of constant, quiet vulnerability where the balance between staying strong and wasting away is razor thin. When you introduce certain fruits into this fragile internal environment, you are not just eating fiber and vitamins, you are inviting metabolic chaos into your bloodstream. These specific fruits contain hidden compounds and aggressive sugar structures that act like biological corrosive agents, spiking your insulin in ways that signal your body to stop building muscle and start tearing it down for parts. The health food industry thrives on the one-size-fits-all myth, but your 60-year-old metabolism is a different world compared to when you were 20. It is less forgiving, more prone to chronic inflammation, and desperately in need of stability. By consuming fruits that trigger violent blood sugar swings and catabolic hormonal shifts, you are essentially sabotaging your own skeletal structure. The tragedy isn't just the loss of physical power. It is the slow, agonizing loss of the life that power allows you to lead. It is the missed walks with grandchildren, the impossible stairs that keep you a prisoner on the ground floor of your own home, and the creeping, midnight fear that your body is no longer yours to command. Today, we are shattering those illusions. We are going far beyond the surface-level advice to expose the 5 worst fruits that are actively undermining your leg strength and sabotaging your mobility. This is the truth the industry refuses to discuss because it challenges the very foundation of what they have sold you for years. If you value your ability to walk, to stand, and to remain free, you cannot afford to look away from what I am about to reveal. Before we reveal the first fruit on our list that is sabotaging your health, I want you to take a moment of honest, deep reflection on your future. Which of these scenarios feels like a bigger threat to your happiness and dignity? A. Losing your independence and being forced to rely on others for every basic movement. B. Giving up your favorite healthy fruits to ensure you can walk unassisted and stay strong for the next 20 years. Please comment A or B in the section below. Your answer reveals exactly how much you value your freedom, and your interaction helps us reach more seniors who are unknowingly destroying their leg strength every single day. Let us begin our deep dive into the first and perhaps most treacherous resident of your kitchen, the grapefruit. For over half a century, This citrus fruit has been the ultimate poster child of the healthy breakfast, a symbol of morning discipline and weight loss. But for those who have crossed the threshold of 60, the grapefruit is no longer a friend. It is a chemical Trojan horse that can turn your life-saving medications into a silent, muscle-eating toxin. The danger is not found in the sugar or the calories, but in a group of sophisticated compounds called furanocoumarins. These substances are biological disruptors that act like a master key, seizing control of a critical enzyme in your liver and intestines known as CYP3A4. This enzyme is your body's primary line of defense, responsible for breaking down over 85 different medications so they do not reach toxic levels in your system. When you consume grapefruit, you essentially shut down this defense system, causing your medications to accumulate in your blood at concentrations that were never intended by your doctor. The most devastating impact of this chemical sabotage is felt directly in your legs. If you are like millions of seniors taking statins to manage your cholesterol, you are standing on the edge of a precipice. When grapefruit enters your system, the concentration of these statins can skyrocket to 3 or 4 times their prescribed dose. This leads to a terrifying and painful condition known as rhabdomyolysis, a state where your muscle fibers literally begin to dissolve. Imagine your leg muscles, the very pillars that hold your body upright and grant you the freedom to move, being systematically broken down from the inside out. This isn't just a dull ache or a sign of getting older. It is the physical sensation of your strength withering away as your own muscles release toxic proteins into your bloodstream, which can eventually lead to kidney failure. Your legs become heavy, weak, and unresponsive, turning a simple walk to the mailbox into an agonizing struggle for balance. Beyond the destruction of muscle tissue, grapefruit acts as a silent saboteur for those managing high blood pressure. By interfering with calcium channel blockers, it causes your blood pressure to plummet to dangerously low levels without warning. For a senior, this sudden drop creates violent spells of dizziness and lightheadedness. In your world, a dizzy spell is not a minor inconvenience. It is the precursor to a catastrophic fall. A shattered hip or a broken femur at 65 is often the beginning of a rapid, irreversible decline toward total frailty and a loss of the life you love. Furthermore, the aggressive acidity of the grapefruit creates a hostile environment in your digestive tract, leading to chronic reflux and stomach distress. This discomfort is more than just a nuisance. It subtly discourages you from consuming the high-protein, nutrient-dense meals your leg muscles desperately need for repair and maintenance. You are essentially starving your foundation while believing you are doing something healthy. The betrayal of the grapefruit is absolute. It hides behind a mask of vitality while it quietly dismantles your muscular system and prepares you for a fall from which you may never recover. To protect your legs and your future, you must see this fruit for what it truly is, a direct threat to your physical survival. As we move from the chemical deception of the grapefruit, we encounter a more pervasive and seductive threat: the metabolic trap of dried fruits and fruit juices. These items are often marketed as nature's candy or a quick health boost, but for a senior trying to maintain the integrity of their leg muscles, they are a concentrated form of biological betrayal. The fundamental problem lies in the violent removal of water and fiber, the very components that nature designed to protect your body from sugar overload. When you eat a cup of raisins or drink a glass of orange juice, you are not consuming a balanced piece of fruit. You are injecting a massive, unbuffered dose of fructose and glucose directly into your bloodstream. Without the breaks of fiber, your blood sugar does not just rise, it explodes. For the 60-year-old body, this explosion triggers a desperate and massive release of insulin. While insulin is necessary for life, chronic surges of this hormone lead to a state of insulin resistance, a condition that acts as a physical barrier to muscle maintenance. In this state, your leg muscles, the largest and most metabolically demanding tissues in your body, become deaf to the signals that tell them to grow and repair. They begin to wither from neglect, even if you are trying to stay active. But the true horror for your mobility happens during the inevitable sugar crash that follows. As your blood sugar levels plummet, your body perceives a state of emergency and releases a flood of cortisol, the primary stress hormone. Cortisol is inherently catabolic, which means its sole purpose is to break down tissue to provide quick energy. In its desperate search for fuel, cortisol targets your muscle fibers, effectively eating the strength of your calves and thighs to compensate for the sugar-starved state you have created. This cycle of spikes and crashes is a relentless metabolic whip that flays the strength from your legs day after day. Furthermore, the excess liquid calories from juice and the calorie density of dried fruits promote the accumulation of visceral fat around your organs. This is not just unsightly weight. This fat acts as an inflammatory organ, leaking toxic compounds that directly attack muscle tissue and cause systemic weakness. You may find yourself feeling heavier yet weaker, struggling to stand up from a chair, or finding that your gait has become shuffling and uncertain. You are trading your long-term independence for a moment of concentrated sweetness. To save your legs, you must reject the convenience of the juice box and the snack pack. You must demand the whole, fiber-rich fruit that honors your biology rather than sabotaging it. Your ability to walk with pride and power depends on breaking free from this hormonal roller coaster before your muscles are sacrificed to the altar of liquid sugar. The tragedy of senior nutrition often lies in the items we believe are convenient and soft enough for a maturing body, specifically canned fruits and overripe bananas. These are not merely snacks, they are the architects of a process called glycation, a silent hardening of your very foundation. Canned fruit, swimming in heavy syrups, is essentially a dessert masquerading as a health requirement. When you consume these syrup-soaked morsels, you are loading a massive burden of added sugar that far exceeds the fruit's natural limit. But the damage goes deeper than the sugar itself. The intense heat required for the canning process destroys heat-sensitive vitamin C, the vital precursor to collagen synthesis. Without this biological glue, the tendons and connective tissues in your legs become brittle and prone to tearing. You are not just eating fruit. You are consuming a product that has been stripped of its life force and packed in cans often lined with BPA, a chemical disruptor that further interferes with the delicate hormonal signals your muscles need to survive. This structural decay is compounded by a common household staple, the overripe banana. While a green-tipped banana is a powerhouse of resistant starch that feeds your gut and stabilizes your blood, a banana covered in brown spots has undergone a dark transformation. It has become a biological sugar bomb. The starches have completely converted into simple sugars that hit your bloodstream with the force of a tidal wave. Because they are soft and require almost no chewing, these overripe fruits bypass the satiety signals in your brain, leading you to consume multiple servings without realizing the cost. This is especially dangerous when they are hidden in healthy banana breads or blended into smoothies, where the sugar is even more concentrated. This relentless flood of sugar leads to the formation of advanced glycation end products, appropriately known as AGEs. These compounds literally caramelize the proteins in your leg muscles, making the fibers stiff, inflexible, and increasingly weak. Your gait becomes rigid, your joints feel stuck, and your muscles lose the elastic power they need to save you from a trip or a stumble. By choosing the convenience of the mushy and the canned, you are trading the supple strength of your youth for a biological cage of stiffness and frailty. If you want to walk with fluid grace in your 70s, you must stop treating these sugar-laden, nutrient-void shadows of fruit as if they were medicine. They are, in fact, the very things accelerating your decline and turning your independence into a distant memory. Knowledge is not a burden. It is the key to the cage that aging often builds around us. Now that the illusions surrounding these 5 fruits have been shattered, you possess the power to rebuild your foundation and reclaim the vitality of your legs. Protecting your mobility does not mean a life of deprivation. It means a life of intentional, high-vibrational selection. It is time to shift your focus to the fruits that respect your biology and honor your strength. Embrace the vibrant berries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, which act as nature's tiny armor, providing potent antioxidants and fiber without the catastrophic sugar spikes. Choose crisp apples and whole citrus fruits that demand to be chewed, a simple act that reawakens your satiety signals and provides the essential fiber shield your blood sugar requires. When selecting bananas, look for that hint of green at the stem. This is the sign of resistant starch, a nutrient that feeds your gut and stabilizes your energy rather than melting your muscle fibers. In your freezer, keep a stash of frozen berries, which are often frozen at their nutritional peak, offering a far superior and safer alternative to the syrup-soaked, nutrient void decay of the canning process. The most critical rule for the senior body is this: never let fruit travel through your system alone. To safeguard your legs, you must create a metabolic speed bump. Always pair your fruit with high-quality proteins or healthy fats. Dip your apple slices in raw almond butter or stir your berries into a bowl of thick, unsweetened Greek yogurt. This simple combination turns a potential sugar spike into a slow, sustained release of fuel that nourishes your muscles rather than fatiguing them. This journey is about more than just a diet. It is about the sanctity of your movement. Protecting your leg strength is the ultimate act of self-respect. It is the difference between watching the world through a window and walking through it with your head held high. Every time you choose a whole fruit over a juice, you are casting a vote for your future freedom. You are choosing the stairs, the long walks in the park, and the ability to stand tall on your own 2 feet. Reclaim the independence that is rightfully yours. The path to a strong, mobile future starts with the very next bite you take. As we reach the conclusion of this vital exploration, it is time to look beyond the grocery list and recognize the profound weight of the choices you make every single day. Your legs are far more than mere biological appendages. They are the pillars of your autonomy, the vehicles of your adventures, and the foundation of your dignity. Every time you reach for a snack or pour a glass of juice, you are making a silent pact with your future self. You are either investing in the strength that will keep you walking through the park at 80, or you are unknowingly contributing to the frailty that could bind you to a chair. The transition into your 60s and 70s is not a slow, inevitable fade into weakness. It is a period of high-stakes biological management where precision becomes your greatest ally. You have seen how even the most innocent fruits can become catalysts for muscle decay when removed from their natural context or consumed at the wrong stage of ripeness. This knowledge is your shield against a culture that often prioritizes convenience and sweetness over the long-term survival of the senior body. The deep lesson to be drawn from this is that health is not a static destination, but a dynamic relationship with your changing biology. What was healthy for a 20-year-old athlete is often a metabolic liability for a 60-year-old seeking to maintain muscle mass. The secret to a long, active life is not found in following generic health trends, but in understanding biological context. True wellness is the wisdom to recognize that as your body evolves, your fuel must evolve with it. You are the CEO of your own longevity, and you now have the data required to make executive decisions that protect your mobility. To apply this to your life, starting today, I urge you to conduct a metabolic audit of your kitchen. Remove the syrup-heavy cans and the concentrated juices that have been masquerading as health foods. When you go to the market, look for the unfinished fruit, the slightly green bananas, and the whole fibrous oranges, and commit to the ritual of pairing them with a handful of walnuts or a spoonful of seeds. This simple habit of pairing for protection is the most effective way to stabilize your blood sugar and keep your muscle-building signals turned on. Test your strength regularly. Notice how much easier it is to climb those stairs or stand up from the sofa when you aren't constantly flooding your system with liquid sugar and catabolic hormones. Your independence is a precious, fragile flame. Don't let a few healthy mistakes blow it out. Before you go, I have a very simple question for you. Of the 5 fruits we discussed today, which one surprised you the most to find on this list? Please share your answer in the comments below. Reading your thoughts helps our entire community realize that we are not alone in these discoveries, and your perspective might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today to make a change. If you found this information valuable and want to continue mastering the secrets of longevity and senior strength, please subscribe to ElderFit Nutrition. Your subscription is the engine that allows us to continue creating these deep dive guides to help you live your strongest, freest life. Thank you for being with us.